Good evening, I'm Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Carbon. Tonight's top story, the Earth is warming, and scientists are describing the situation as not great.
I'm Goody, and we'll have the latest on what's causing it, what it's doing to the planet, and what we can actually do about it. But first, today's forecast is sunny, humid, and somehow also on fire.
Yeah, so let's start at the beginning. The Earth stays warm because of something that is called the greenhouse gas effect. Certain gases in the atmosphere, including carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, water, vapor, whatever, can act as a blanket around the planet. Sunlight now comes in, warms the surface, and when the heat tries to escape back into space, the greenhouse gases trap most of it, or some of it in. That's actually a good thing, and without it, the Earth that we live in would not be habitable and be a frozen snow globe.
So, the greenhouse gas effect isn't itself the villain here, but the problem is that we've been adding too many greenhouse gases too fast. And now this blanket that's going over the Earth is getting thicker, and so the planet's running a fever. And unlike your average fever, there's no Advil for this one.
Yeah. So since the Industrial Revolution in the mid-1800s, in addition to our agricultural revolution, humans have been burning coal, oil, and natural gas at a very massive scale. This therefore releases a bunch of greenhouse gases, like I stated before, like carbon dioxide or methane, which have been stored underground for millions of years. And these gases, as you would assume, go back into the atmosphere nearly overnight. So we've pushed atmospheric carbon dioxide from about 280 parts per million per industrial to over 420 parts per million. That's the highest it's ever been in the past 800,000 years.
And for reference, humans didn't exist 800,000 years ago, so we really showed up, made ourselves at home, and immediately started breaking things, which is a classic.
Yeah, on top of the CO2, methane, as I said, is a major contributor at about 80 times more potent as a greenhouse gas over a 20-year period. It comes from livestock, landfills, and natural gas leaks. And nitrous oxide, largely from fertilizers and agriculture, is nearly 300 times more potent than carbon dioxide over a century.
So basically our cows, our trash, and our farms are also a part of the problem, and we've really covered all the same bases here.
Since the late 1800s, the planet has been warmed by about 1.1 degrees Celsius on average. And before anyone says that doesn't sound like a lot, number one, it's in Celsius, and number two, the last ice age was only about 5 degrees colder than today. Every fraction of a degree has massive consequences at a global scale.
And the effects we're already seeing is stronger hurricanes, prolonged droughts, record wildfires, and the rapid melting of polar ice. Arctic sea is declining at about 13% per decade, and glaciers worldwide will be losing mass since the 1980s, and at our current rates, most will be gone by the 22nd century.
On that note, in local news, the city's last snowman has officially been moved into a museum. The exhibit opens next week, and children under the ages of 12 will receive a pamphlet explaining what snow used to be.
Also this week, the final remaining glacier has announced its retirement. The glacier released a statement saying, "It's been a good run. Our thoughts are with it during this difficult time."
As for sea levels, warming oceans expand as they heat up, and melting ice adds even more water on top of that. We're looking at up to 3 feet of ice or of sea level rise by the 22nd century under high emission scenarios, threatening hundreds of millions of people in coastal cities worldwide.
And in economic news, experts report that ice cubes have reached an all-time high market value. A financial analyst told us earlier today that many investors are now diversifying into frozen assets.
Wait, so you're saying if I had bought a bag last year,
yeah, you'd be retired by now.
Well, yeah, wow. So moving on, if we stay on the worst case trajectory and do absolutely nothing to prevent everything that's happening, some models suggest runaway warming feedback loops could make large portions of the planet functionally uninhabitable. Scientists have called this scenario catastrophic, and we're calling it the Earth's villain arc.
Now, are we gonna literally explode?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, but even though it won't explode, it will still become significantly less livable for human civilization as we know it, which, depending on who you ask, might feel about the same.
So, it's not an explosion, but like more like a slow, preventable unraveling thing. So that's very reassuring.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Now, for the part of the broadcast where we tell you it's not too late, because it isn't. The solutions exist, they're scalable, and the only thing missing is urgency.
The biggest move that we can make is transitioning away from fossil fuels towards renewable energy, solar, wind, and hydroelectric. The International Energy Agency says the world needs to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050 to avoid the worst outcomes. That means massive investment in clean energy infrastructure starting now.
Beyond energy, large-scale reforestation helps pull carbon dioxide back out of the atmosphere. Trees are essentially the planet's air purifiers, and we've been unplugging them at an alarming rate through deforestation. Smarter agricultural practice can drastically cut methane and nitrous oxide emissions, and improving energy efficiency across buildings, transportation, and industry can make a major dent without upending our daily lives.
And on an individual level, driving less, flying less, eating less meat, and supporting policy that takes this seriously, all adds up. And for voting for people who understand what a greenhouse gas is, still free, still the most powerful thing on this list.
So the window to act is still open. It's now. And unlike the glaciers, we actually have a say in what happens next. All right. Before we go, tomorrow's forecast. Tomorrow will be partly sunny, mostly sweaty, with a high chance of regretting our collective choices.
And scientists continue to recommend cutting emissions, protecting forests, investing in clean energy, and treating the next 30 years like they matter more than the last 30 because they do.
And remember, if the ocean starts appearing in your driveway,
that's not a driveway anymore.
So, my name's Jeff.
I'm Goody. Good night and good luck, everyone.